This is Japan's tiniest transport truck. It's a great way to start because this here, with the sun coming up in the background, is one of my favorite little semi-hidden spots in Japan. It is the creepy vending machine area in Akihabara. And if you didn't see Charla and I's video on this years ago, these little vending machines are packed full, and they have English ones now as well. What? This is definitely new. Well, they're definitely appealing to their non-Japanese crowd here. Come on, give us some focus. Regarding wildfires in Hawaii, Japan and the, well, okay. Now, most of the Japanese boxes here will contain random items from crackers to little things like oden here. Or this here, it is some jar of dark mystery liquid. I have no idea. Like, look at this one here. What is the Japanese government hesitating to do? Why not provide sanitary paper, tampons, and other sanitary products, as well as soft tissues in the women's public restroom? Actually, you know what? Why not provide soap? Let's start right there. Why not provide soap? Have you ever been into a JR bathroom? They do not have soap in the vast majority of the bathrooms. The fact that so many of these now have English actually adds a very interesting twist to it, because this area is not too far from disappearing and extinction. What is like a random power bank here? Got a fake bug in a jar. Let's see what else they have. They used to have popcorn vending machines in here. See, right in here, but the unfortunate thing is, because of how thick my backpack is, it's really hard to fit in here. Oh wow, I can't even show what's on that one. That is rough. Also, good morning and thank you to Tim for kicking off the super chat ball, getting that rolling. And I wonder if this one actually works now. But if you take a look up here, you can see that it's literally just wood and craziness. And this is definitely not built to last or survive. Oh, pigeons. Years ago, on one of the live streams, I started singing "Quack, I'm a duck. Quack, quack, let's play." And somebody remembered that in a recent live stream, and it brought the memory back and just made me laugh and made my day. And ever since then, "Quack, I'm a duck. Quack, quack, let's play" has just been stuck in my head. I think we need to make a shirt. Wow. Some of them are just old stories here. Like when I graduated from elementary school, my class decided to buy a time capsule, and each person wrote a comment and buried it. There was a classmate named Ohira who is a troublemaker and who's a nuisance to everyone. And then after 10 years had passed, I sneaked into school, dug up the time capsule. What? Defecated a lot in a cookie tin, wrote Ohira's, wow. That is some dark passive aggression right there. I don't even want to read the rest, but it's there. And it seems like they do check these fairly regularly. And bells for everyone. Mina no Suzu. Yep. Exactly. That message and everything inside of it could be yours for 1,700 yen. I really want to know where they get these stories from. It is kind of crazy. There we go. But this building itself is old and thin and faltering. Look at this. You can see the entire back end here is all made out of wood. And today we're gonna be hunting hidden spots and hidden shrines in this part of Tokyo. One of our first hidden shrines is just down this way. And again, thank you so much to Tim for kicking off the super chats for today. Let's go find a whole bunch of hidden shrines today and see how many little hidden secrets that we can find here in Tokyo. That's the adventure for today. We're gonna make the best of it. We recently did a live stream out in the Suwako area under your name, and we are kicking off live streaming season for this year with the goal being a bit of fundraising for this year's giant live streaming adventure. Where should we go? What should we do? So everybody, do me a favor. Our first hidden shrine is right down here, but let me know where it is you're watching from. And Richard in here keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying, still here watching your adventures. Thank you so much, Richard. Richard is like one of the earliest viewers we have on the channel, which is it's amazing to see you still here. Absolutely love it. As well as Shanice just saying hello. Well, hello to you too. I haven't seen Shanice since we did a Patreon meetup at the Tokyo Lens studio, which was a ton of fun. And got Nosh in here as well, and Randy Peterson also keeping the super chat ball rolling. How are you doing? Thank you so much, Randy. Appreciate that. And people watching from all over. Wow. France, Italy, Germany, Amsterdam. Did a meetup in Amsterdam just under a year ago. And that turned out to be a ton of fun. And a lot of Italy as well. I miss Italy. For a while, I was going to Italy every couple weeks for work, taking shamisen players and doing performances out there. And Joni McMaster saying, keep up the work, big love. Thank you from the UK. Did a meetup there as well. And here, tucked in between Kanda and Akihabara, is our first little hidden shrine of the day. Let's go in and take a look. This is it right here. And if you haven't already, give that like button some love. Let's see if we can't spike the likes by 20 to 30 every single time we find a hidden shrine and make the best. And for those of you interested, here's a little bit of the Fujiko stone monuments. There are 5 stone monuments. All right, so if you want to pause that, screenshot it, learn about this. This is one of them right here. It's totally normal and certainly not creepy at all. And to all of you who gave that little burst of super chats in there, getting our live streaming season kicked off. Where do you guys think we should be going on our live streaming adventure this year? Last year we did 12 days across Japan with new live streams and videos every single day. and it was quite the adventure. We did that to celebrate the main channel hitting 1 million subscribers. And you know, Nosh as well, being in here for the last couple streams has put a huge smile on my face, because not only is Nosh one of the first viewers ever to the channel, but also probably one of the first like 20 people that I ran into live, like in person. And he already had like the Tokyo Lens pre-50K gear stuff. Gundam Blade saying, Norm, are you willing to be found during your stream? Not on this one. Time is a little tightish today, so we're going to make the best of it. But we do have a very exciting live stream coming up where I'm going to have you guys chase Sherry and I through Tokyo as we race on different routes. And anybody who catches both of us gets a triple special prize. Legend of Zelda shrine right here. And Sasha in here keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying just a little song to start the day. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And all. Here comes the sun. All right. And Glitch God Demos. Did I say that right? In here keeping the super chat ball rolling, saying have some snacks, coffee, etc. on chat. Love watching the streams. And all the love to Norm. Yay, hidden shrine content. Thanks for the stream, my dude. Thanks for being here. And I just missed multiple steps in a row and almost went down every single time. Missed that step, then missed that step, and nearly bit it pretty hard. This has actually always been one of my favorite little hidden shrines in the area. The most amazing thing is, because we're near Akihabara, and kind of in between Kanda and Akihabara right now. And what a lot of people don't know is all the way from Ginza out to here, there are a ton of rooftop shrines. You see, a lot of the shrines, they didn't want to just move them or get rid of them completely. And so they moved them up onto rooftops so that the shrine could survive. Another thing that they did is they would add the shrines to the rooftops of buildings during the bubble so that it would give them a kind of tax break as a religious building, if you will. And so, and Eva-chan in here saying, for your post-stream beverage, breakfast, snack. Thank you very much for keeping that super chat ball rolling. Much appreciated. Definitely gonna need to grab ourselves some coffee at some point today. This is the back end of this shrine. Shrine number 1 of the day, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna hit primarily only back streets, and we have visited shrines on top of roofs and everything in previous videos. One of my favorites was I did a rooftop camping video many years ago, which kind of announced a very special space. And in doing that, we started on top of a rooftop right here in Akihabara that had a shrine on top of it. We've also done a few Shimbashi live streams where we were able to make our way up onto some rooftops that had some shrines there. Shimbashi and Ginza are absolutely packed, but we've done so many of those before that this time I kind of want to continue our hidden shrine search into the Akihabara and Ueno area. And as for how these are maintained, each one of these shrines, because it kind of counts as a religious spot, organization, etc., will actually have a kaninin, somebody who takes care of the shrine. And we've got a special little bridge over here, and we will use that to get to our next shrine. And the Kanda Matsuri is coming up soon, and so you're already getting all the Matsuri boards and all that up. And Tim's in here saying that statue has seen things. It most certainly has. So before the sun hits and everything gets super bright and warm, we're gonna start right here Kanda Furiai Bashi. And again, the OG of you, those who have been around since the very beginning, will know that this is one of the bridges that kind of kicked off the Tokyo Lens channel. This place here used to be the divide between the work world and the fun world to me. And there we go. We got the sun coming up over the river here. And on the main channel, if you want to see some really unique content that not many other people are able to do, check out some of the videos of me going through the waterways of Tokyo, as a few years back I got my boat captain's license here in Japan, and I've used that to check out the waterways at daytime, at nighttime. And Tokyo has kind of a Venice-like feel to it in terms of just how many waterways there are that you can just get around in the entire city. And that is the shrine that we started in right there. Boom. If you haven't already, give that like button some love. We were just in there. There's our shrine. And Randy Peterson saying, I love the boat videos. Yeah, me too. It gives a really unique angle to Tokyo, and until getting my captain's license here in Japan, even I did not realize just how many waterways there were and how many places there were to explore in Tokyo via boat. It's kind of insane. And you can always get like a guide and go out and do stuff like that, but having the freedom to grab a boat and hit the waterways of Tokyo on your own is a very, very different vibe. And I was never good in here keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying, I just want to give you some love because I absolutely love the videos and wish to travel there one day because of your videos. All too kind. Right now we are underneath the tracks of Akihabara Station, and we're gonna head off and find our next shrine here as I jaywalk, committing crimes on camera as we do. And GB Crush in here, keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying, for your in-flight snack fun on your way to Raleigh. All these trucks are so noisy. Looking forward to catching you and Kiki at Animazement. Thank you so much. Last year was a crazy year. We went everywhere. And this year we will continue some of the craziness with the next place coming up being Raleigh, North Carolina for Animazement. And while you might look at Akihabara Station right here and be like, well, is there like a hidden shrine right here? There kind of is. If you get into some of the back streets, just over this way, there's a shrine that I just love the aesthetic of, and I keep sneaking into little videos here and there when I shoot around the studio here in Akihabara. So we're gonna go find that one and see how many. I wonder if we can get to 10 shrines today. Low-key kind of my goal. Why are you awake so early? Take a look around you. Because almost nobody else is. I'm a very, very strong believer in, if you want to truly enjoy Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, any of those like more crowded areas, you have to get up ridiculously early and do it. And Wandering Gypsy Mimi in here, keeping the super chat ball rolling, saying, have a great walkabout, grab something to eat or drink. Thank you. I will most certainly do that. And this area here is the area where Shimayama-san's shop was located before it got rebuilt into the studio. And we'll come over here as well. And all of this is directly right under the train tracks here at Akihabara. So you get trains going over, and it makes me laugh every single time I think back that there were people who did not realize that we were right under the train tracks and thought like I added a heartbeat sound to the video, and it gave me a laugh. And this is kind of cool, actually. I gotta say, I do love this. It is like not even 6 o'clock in the morning, and these dudes are just hanging out, enjoying kebabs on the back of their car. Absolutely love it. All right. Got a McDonald's down here, the big camera, and got another beautiful super chat in there from, oh, I get it wrong every time, Shaylale. I really hope I didn't get that wrong. Glad I'm able to catch the stream. I wish I could watch those sets and see with my own eyes. Ah, well, I'll just live vicariously through you, Snackies. Well, thank you very much. Okay. Oh, I love getting the train coming over here. It's just one of my favorite scenes. Oh, I love that so much. But look at this. Look at how few people there are and how quiet it is. This is my favorite sign in all of Tokyo, because it literally just says Ueno. That's it. And ACM 1985 saying, hey Norm, 2 weeks ago I returned from Tokyo and feel ready to go again when watching your stream. Greetings from Hamburg, Germany. Oh, I hope you had an amazing trip. I know you did. Because you're here still watching the stuff and looking forward to getting back. I have no idea what that dude's up to. I think he's just trying to get in extra steps for the day. And thank you so much, as always, for keeping that super chat ball rolling. We are gonna head down to our next hidden shrine, which is hidden just around the corner over here. We'll head down this way, and we're almost at our second hidden shrine. A lot of people hit up the main streets of Akihabara, but from Akihabara to Ueno and beyond, getting 2 to 3 streets into the back streets is gonna give you the best hidden spots, little secrets, interesting kisaten and cafe shops, and of course all the little hidden shrines. And I've spent so many years just walking these back streets that I think I've found most, if not all of them. And Pipe 0481 in here keeping that super chat ball rolling again, saying hello from Spain. You inspired me to pick Wanikani back up. Interesting. Tell me a little more about that. And there we go. This shrine here has like weirdly made it into a lot of my videos, just because we're not too far from the studio right now, and it's just such a beautiful spot. That was good English, Norm. That's Norm's 5:30 a.m. English right there. The beautiful spot. Aesthetically beautiful. Visually pleasing. Nice. There we go. And this is hidden shrine number 2 of the day, just kind of tucked into the back streets of Akihabara here. If you haven't already, give that like button some love. And yes, it's beautifully maintained, as a lot of these are. And I like that we get like the train tracks over here. I did a video a few months back just asking like how things are going for everybody, and showed that actually up here above what used to be Manseibashi Station is a hidden cafe area, and it's the exact opposite of direction we are going. so we're not gonna hit that up, but it exists. And yeah, it's small, it's cute, you get the trains in the background like this. Look at that. Oh, how I love that. Just such a, if that scene with the train didn't inspire you to give that like button some love, I don't know what will. How many abandoned buildings are there in Tokyo? A lot, too many, and the landscape is about to change heavily. We've talked about this actually in the last 2 live streams, but because of changing laws, the abandoned buildings in Tokyo can no longer just be left abandoned. So what's happening is a lot of them are being torn down, and what's being built in place cannot occupy the same space that the abandoned building once did. You see, the original buildings could come right up to the edge like this, but everything needs to be recessed, pushed back on all sides now, which means either they have to wait 20 to 30 years for the building beside them to go, buy out the space and build something significant, or build something really tiny and not really worthwhile in the space. So a lot of lots are opening all over Japan and Tokyo, and a lot of the old abandoned buildings, there's so many old buildings from the wartime that were there and they just didn't want to get rid of them, and now they have to based on the new laws. So do they have hand dryers? Yes, they have those dirty, disgusting hand dryers that make your hands dirtier than before you wash them. They have them. Most people here in Japan carry towels, which again, we said at the beginning of the stream, if you've ever gone to a JR station, Japan Rail, they'll have hand dryers, they'll have sinks, they'll have all of that, but for some reason they don't have soap. I actually considered doing a video where I just go through every station on the Yamanote line and leave a bottle of soap in the bathroom. It would be almost be well worth the investment. All the soap would almost certainly run out within a day, which is probably why they don't do it. Because, you know, Japan Rail is not only hiking up the prices for their tickets, but they do everything they can to reduce their service costs as well. Oden in here. And we've got another super chat in here from Gundam Blade saying, quick, does Akihabara has its own Chinatown place? Not really. No real like Chinatown spot in Akihabara. All right, let's continue on our adventure and find more hidden shrines. So far, we are at 2 hidden shrines, but there's one that we obviously have to hit in Akihabara. So we're gonna, hello pigeon. So we're gonna go hit up that one. What time do the shops usually open? This is kind of the mind-blowing thing. And a lot of the shops will run on like one staff for the entire day. Well, not one, but like one set of staff, one shift for the entire day. So if you take a look at stuff like this always blew my mind. Mandarake here opens at noon. At the tech and anime capital of Japan, a shop opening at noon, or shops opening at 11. I'd say the average shop opens around 11 a.m. to noon here in Akihabara, and it can drive you absolutely bonkers if you're a bit of an early riser and you want to go out and get some stuff done, maybe do a bit of shopping. Yeah, and like they're like, oh, we, in order to improve the Japanese economy, we need to start doing tiered prices for foreign visitors and increasing prices for visitors and travelers and taxes and everything like that. We need to ramp up our rail pass prices. And if you go to Niseko, for example, it'll be around 3,500 to 5,000 yen for a single bowl of udon that almost anywhere else in the country would cost you 400 to 700 yen. That is you're looking at like what, a nearly 10 times markup on that, just because they get so many non-Japanese visitors that, oh, lovely. they get so many non-Japanese visitors that they're like, oh, well, this is the prices they're used to overseas. We'll just charge them these prices and they'll pay it. And people do. And they're looking at doing tiered prices like that all around Japan, where Japanese people or locals will pay one price and foreign visitors will pay another. And I feel like they're just going to massively increase stress, cause a lot of additional work and struggle for all the people who are at the shops, and not have that much benefit, when really they could just start opening their shops at a normal time instead of opening up at noon, and then they'd have all those extra hours of revenue and income, instead of just like, oh yeah, we're gonna run our shop from noon until 7, and that'll be totally fine. Everybody will be completely happy with that. If there's such a huge influx of tourists, maybe adjust your timings a little bit better. Make your mornings and your nights a little more profitable. And Shilel in here saying, what is your favorite place to get snacks? We'll hit up that today. That is Niki no Kashi in Ueno. It is a supermarket that is entirely designed just for snacks. It is just a snack supermarket, and it is spectacular. And Renjamin in here saying, hey Norm, I'd love to see live streams of more northern areas in Japan, and good luck at an amazement. What days are your panels? And I don't remember my panel days. Let's slip here in between these tiny buildings, this little narrow alleyway. We'll walk all the way through here like this to find our next hidden shrine. And if you haven't given the like button some love yet, this is the time to do it. Slip right through there. Hidden shrine. There it is. Yes, tiny buildings. I mean, alley. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, people misspeak, and when you point it out, it really helps the world just become a better place, because what I'm able to do then is go back in time and unmisspeak and say the thing perfectly, and it just makes me a perfect human. So thank you so much. So much. I always aim and strive for absolute perfection in everything I say. And what we call that there is some norm sass. And that's typically reserved for live streams or just random people in general. Now, we've actually done an entire video on secret hidden spots in Akihabara very early on in the channel, and this was one of our spots. That was something like 5-6 years ago, maybe more. We need a Norm Sass emote, absolutely. Somebody called me a PRICK the other day because I wasn't super nice to them in my response, but in all fairness, they were literally insulting somebody in one of my videos in a really terrible way. And if you've been with the channel any amount of time, you will know that if you leave me a kind comment, if you interact with me, if you chat with me, I'm always going to be super, super happy to interact and chat back with you. We're always going to have a good time, but I will return the energy that is given. And if somebody is saying that one of my guests needs to quote unquote get stuffed, or that their teeth need some surgery because they're ugly or something like that, I don't need to be gentle with you. What do you think? And Livy in here saying, thank you for sharing these moments with us. Thank you so much for keeping that super chat ball rolling. A lot of people will be like, oh, you should just ignore the rude people. No, you don't. You don't ignore. You don't. Absolutely not. Because then they think it's okay to be that way, and everybody else thinks it's okay to just completely ignore it. No. You take the rude people, the trolls, and you rip into them in a way that they were not expecting, so that they're like, oh, Wow, they responded, oh my goodness, and then they sit there in shock, and then you block them, and there's absolutely nothing they can do other than suffer, because they thought that they could just vent their stress at a random person on the internet. And for some reason, whenever I do videos that focus on females, like Hana the truck driver or the Onigiri girl or Sherry's apartment, people always feel the need to attack women in videos, and I do not know what that is about, but I'm not here for it. And so I will 100% always rip into those people and then block them, just so that they can sit and stew beautifully in their own stresses and know that no, it's not okay. You don't just get to do that and walk away. You're not somebody in your car yelling at traffic. You're a real person. Maybe you're not, but guess what? That person you're commenting on is a real person, and I will happily stand up for them. Chuck in here saying, thank you for taking us along. Used to travel for business to Tokyo in the 90s. Great seeing what things look like today. Thank you so much for keeping that super chat ball rolling. And you too, Keith, thanks for keeping the super chat ball rolling, saying I made it, glad to have you here. But what is up with, let's just get one more shot of this shrine before we go on to our next space. I love this look right here of all the air conditioner units. But what is up? Has anybody else noticed that? Like, people are really, really harsh on females that show up on YouTube, whether they're doing their own channel or whether they're simply featured in somebody else's video. People are unbelievably, and like the things that people write in the comments section to these poor girls is just, somebody once said, Okazaki-san, the little architect who I have done a ton of tiny apartment tours and whatnot, someone literally said that they wish that ISIS would behead her. I was like, well, why? What is the purpose of this comment? What stress are you relieving in your life by saying that? And believe it or not, in any given day, I'll get probably 10 to 20 comments, primarily on videos about females that are that rough or worse. I'll be honest, I get some that are much, 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 much worse. And it just I don't get it. I know the internet's a weird place, and I know a lot of people treat it as their own little kind of sounding board to release their stresses, and you know, Twitter's just become an absolute cesspool. But hello, pigeon. But I really wonder why, and it makes me kind of feel bad every time if I feature like the minimalist Shibu, or if I Shimayama-san, people will be like, oh, it's really great to see what they're doing. Well, Shibu, a lot of people went after him because they think minimalism is some kind of weird scam, and they're like, oh, he looks dehydrated, he looks like he has a disease and stuff like that. But it is still so much worse anytime that I feature a female, and I really am curious about that. And Geek in here keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying, for setting a good example for the rest of us. I wouldn't exactly call what I do setting a good example, but I also don't believe that the trolls and jerks of the world should just be able to say whatever they want to say and feel like they got off scot-free. So if I can give them a little shock value, if I can have them like absolutely be founded and offended and upset that I responded to them and kind of took away their thunder, I pulled out the rug from under them and made their day just a little bit worse by calling them out, I will continue to do that, because no, I don't think it is a good culture to sit back and say, well, you should grow a thicker skin. You should get used to ignoring this stuff. You should, no, absolutely not. Do you have any idea how many content creators out there have either quit or, even worse, there have been many who have taken their own lives because of the stress and online hate, and a lot of that especially comes from females. So if I can use 2 minutes of my stream to point that out and say, hey, we can't just allow people to do that. You can't just stand by and be like, oh, you should grow a thicker skin. No, they shouldn't grow a thicker skin. They should grow a better community who's willing to back them and support them and go after these trolls along with them. And I'm just waiting for a little window here so we can sneak through with a very casual jaywalk and hopefully not get squished by this truck. Nice guy, thanks. Oh, he just smiled and waved back at me. See, that's the kind of stuff that makes your day right there. Absolutely love it. We've got more hidden shrines up here. So far we're at how many? Three hidden shrines today. And yeah, you know, there's a really good point in here. A lot of trolls do it for this kind of reaction. They feel justified in their opinion, but when you disagree, it's still good not to accept the behavior. Yeah. For the longest time, there was this culture of like, oh, just let them say whatever they want to say and just grow a thicker skin. But the thing is, I have watched content creator friends of mine, both female and male, go through incredibly dark times just because somebody had an opinion of, I don't know, their hair or their teeth or their child or their skirt or their skin condition or something. And no. All right, even the people making the videos, they're people too. And a lot of people can just ignore it, but just as many can and will find a great deal of stress in it, and little things can add up. So I like to have a good time with it, but I'm glad to see there are so many supportive people in the comment section here. In the end, they all just get blocked anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But here's an area where I can tell you, I know the building that used to be here. See, these old buildings are now starting to come down and disappear. And for all of you who were chatty and supportive during that, I really appreciate you. If I missed any super chats during that excited rant, please let me know and I will go back and give you some love personally. But also the level of like mansplaining that happens on like videos of females just makes me laugh. Like, you know, Shimeyama-san and his tiny shop, everyone's like, wow, that's amazing. Sherry in her tiny apartment, all the females watching were like, that's amazing. And I'd say like about a quarter of the guys watching were like, she could be doing this better. She shouldn't be living this way. She shouldn't be putting this there because it'll do this. And hello, little rat. And that always gives me a bit of a laugh. But right around the corner and up this way, I think we have another hidden shrine, and really that is our goal for today, to find as many hidden spaces and hidden shrines in the back streets as possible. And yes, the tight beast. I always love sharing that nice early morning Norm sass with the stream. It just makes everybody's day a little bit better, except for the haters, except for the trolls, except for those who go after the young girls working so hard on what they do. I think we've got another one right up here, and I can in here with that super chat, keeping the ball rolling. How have you been, by the way? And thanks, Norm. I'm replaying Ghostwire. There's heaps of cool shrines. These IRL are great to find. I love it. There's like so many great hidden little spots. Like right now we are not too far from the area of Suehirocho, the back end of Akihabara, in between Akihabara and Okachimachi area. And not only do we get tons of little hidden shrines and whatnot, like this here. Boom. There's our next one. Is that number 4? I believe that is shrine number 4. What count are we on, guys? Would somebody please let me know? Now there is a gentleman enjoying there right now, so I'm gonna come up and show you guys the sign here. This little town was created in 1869 by merging other little towns. And in December of the same year, a fire destroyed Sotokanda area. And the area became a fire barrier zone. I don't want to interrupt this gentleman's morning prayer. We do have many other little shrines and whatnot to hit. So if you haven't given the like button already, that is, I believe, shrine number 4. So please do me a favor and give the like button some love for this one. There we go. And again, it's just a tiny little and this right here is actually one of the reasons why I will always lean to loving Tokyo just a little more than Osaka. I spent like 2 days exploring the back streets of Osaka, trying to find as many little shrines as I could. I did something like 6 hours of walking, and I think I found 2 shrines. 2. Osaka's back streets are not quite like Tokyo. Every street in Osaka is used. And Shani's in here saying, I need to sleep, but I'm happy I caught a bit of the stream. Can't wait to be in Japan a whole month of June. Much love to everyone, and good night. Looks like I might need to do a Patreon meetup in June. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much always for keeping that super chat ball rolling. Let's head down this way. There's 1 or 2 more hidden things in the area that I really want to show off. Let's go this way. And you can see my shadow. Hi guys. My shadow greets you. All right. Stick to the tiniest little back streets we can find. The cascading buildings going up here, like up. It's just such a simple thing, but it's these little things that make me love the city so much. And it's also why I love spending as much time as I can on the rooftops and all that, because you get to see all of this from a different angle, and it's just so much fun. What's for breakfast? I don't do breakfast lately. I have not done breakfast consistently in probably a few months now. I talked about this in a recent stream, I think over on Patreon perhaps, but before starting the channel, I had worked for a couple years to get really healthy. I had dropped myself from nearly 200 pounds to a much healthier weight. I was something like 90 some odd kilograms, and I dropped that down to like mid 70s, 73 to 75. And as I've been doing the channel and using getting busy as an excuse, I have found myself kind of not being as healthy or not being as good shape. And so for the past couple months, I've been working to get back in shape, and I have managed to again cut off about 8 kilograms so far. I'm in so much better shape, have so much more energy. I'm eating better, I'm exercising more, and I am absolutely loving it. And really, what time are we at right now? It is 6:31. This here, I was hoping, this is a bath. This is just like a public bathhouse hidden in the back streets here, and it's one of my favorites. And why is it not open? It should be, but I guess, oh, they've added Tuesday as their day off. I fully expected it to be open because it said Tuesday to Sunday 6 to 8, and they've added Tuesday right here as their day off. Have you been to a public bath? Yes, often, many. This is one of my favorite ones just because, come on, it's a public bath out in Akihabara. They're just spectacular. And look at the building itself. Like, it's just so nice. These simple little secrets hidden in the back streets of Tokyo that I love. The fact that we're right around Okachimachi, Suihidojo area. Yeah, and Tuesday is literally just, written in Sharpie. Makes sense. All right. let's keep hunting our hidden locations. And Rob, keeping the super chats rolling with that super sticker. Thank you so much for that, Rob. Much, much, much appreciated. So we've got, actually I want to sneak under the tracks here and go to some hidden stuff over on the other side. It's really hard to choose. There's some really great hidden temples and shrines, and spots in the area here. And making a choice on which one is the challenge. And John Manning, keeping that super chat ball rolling. Thank you so much, saying, I love the back streets for the photo opportunities. Hoping to be in Japan in June too. All right, well that is officially 2 members right there. It's kind of really starting to feel like a Patreon meetup is gonna have to be in order. I don't know, guys. What do you think? So I actually wanted to share something with you guys. As we're heading to our next stream, I wanted to share that I did like a ton of travel over the past year, and I wanted to share something that has helped me. See, usually companies will reach out to me asking if they can back a video, but from time to time I'll find something that I love so much that I want to share it, and I will bug them. And I kind of want to grab coffee, but we'll grab coffee after. So I talked earlier, last year I had done a ton of trips overseas. In fact, I hit up Amsterdam, Thailand, England, Australia, Alaska, Toronto. I think we hit up Singapore at one point, and so many more. By the way, there's a ton of content coming out on this channel, Tokyo Lens Explorer, and the main channel that will highlight some of those travels. I did meetups in a bunch of those places, and it was fantastic. Partway through, I found a bit of a lifesaver that I now use for every single trip and instantly send to any of my friends who come and visit me in Japan. It is, that is noisy. It's basically the quickest and easiest way to deal with eSIMs. When I'm traveling, that's always the stress, right? Figuring out, do I get Wi-Fi? Do I get an eSIM? What company do I get it from? Who am I giving my credit card information to? Do I have to make a new account? All of that. So I am actually going to be pitching this in a video pretty soon. But if you've looked at the description box, you will know that this stream is actually amazingly backed by Saily. So I jumped on this chance because it is the app that I've been using for basically all of my, not basically, 100% of my eSIMs for some time now. Why are you so noisy? Why? Nosh in here saying that he loves eSIMs. It just really, really, really helps. You see, getting the eSIM for my trip was always such a pain, right? Do the research, pick the company, pick how long and how many gigabytes I'm gonna need. I'm making purchases from different companies every single time, spreading my credit card far and wide across the internet. It was always lovely. But then I found exactly what I use now, which is Saily, and it just came up as the best option over and over and over, with more flexible plans, better prices, all of that stuff. And I found myself in Thailand for 6 hours and needed signal to get work done and some emails, and within seconds I was able to open up the Saily app. Let's sneak through this way. I was able to open up that Saily app and just grab myself a SIM. Just boom, just easy. See, I'm lazy essentially. I really am. We've covered it before. And I hate doing all the things like bookings for trips. It's just not, it's not something that I enjoy. And there's just so much research. I just want to go. I don't know about you, but I'm not like a research traveler. I'm just a go somewhere and explore kind of traveler. And so I kind of wanted one single place where I could just grab my eSIMs every single time, super simple, and Saily was that. Saily, just one app, single app, to get what I need, grab it, pop it on my phone, done, no stress. So 100% they get a 10 out of 10 from me. And as long as they stay this awesome, I will continue to drop reminders to you guys because it literally makes the trip better. It takes away so much stress and it's reliable. They've given me a link that is down in the description box for you guys to check out. But seeing how easy it is, I wanted to share that with you guys. So, and we're green right there. And for those of you who know, that's the app right there. It's just Saily, and then I can just grab, like, I don't know, if I want to add data, I can even do regional. So I can do, like, if I'm going to be traveling around Asia, I can do Asia and Oceania, just 1 gigabyte for 7 days or 5 gigabytes for 30 days, and just boom, done, easy. I used to recommend all these like Wi-Fi companies and whatnot because that used to be the best way to do it, but now modern phones, most of them have eSIMs, and that just makes it so much easier. So thank you guys for listening through that, and I hope that it gives you some value because it's made things way easier for me. And then this area here, so it's not open yet, but somebody asked me what my favorite snack store in Tokyo was. This right here, Niki no Kashi. This is just one of the best ever. Also, yeah, what I was showing was like regional plans there for like all of like Asia. The more, and there's our next hidden temple. Yeah, if I look at, for example, Japan ones, I get a gigabyte for 7 days, $3.99. That's not per day. That's like the whole thing. 3 gigabytes for $7.99. Just boom, easy peasy. Your Japan trip is set and dusted. And of course, that code should give you some kind of benefit. But yeah, tucked into, so here's the really amazing thing about this, okay? So Niki no Kashi actually goes under this temple. So if we go all the way back here, this is a supermarket sized snack shop that has snacks from all over Japan and all over the world. And it goes all under there. And then tucked up above that is this temple right here. Is this number 5? I believe this is number 5. And a huge thanks to Paul for keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying, aiming for spring 2026 trip for a month. Using your videos as a base for places to see. Want to see more than just the standard tourist locations. Well, you know what? If you want to get kind of a matome, kind of a whole thing put together of all the spaces, if you take a look at our like major road trip video from last year or from 2 years ago, it's got everything jammed into one video. Or there's all the streams and content here on the Explore channel for all of each location individually. What was that video called again? Our big live, well, I can't remember. I've been working on so many videos simultaneously right now that I'm struggling to remember what did we call the giant live stream adventure from last year, guys? Anybody remember? And look how beautiful this shrine is. This temple, if I will. There we go. I got it. This one right here, revealing the best of Japan beyond the tourist traps. That's the one right there that'll give you all the hidden spaces all over Japan. It'll give you tons and tons of stuff that is off the tourist trail. I cannot recommend that one enough. You got the sun coming up over the temple here. I will never stop loving this space. And yeah, we found some abandoned villages in that one. We found crazy hidden spots. We went out onto islands. We did a ton of stuff. So not to mention the fact that, like, I would say There's got to be 50 plus videos of getting beyond the main tourist trail on the main channel over on Tokyo Lens, but also here on Explore, there are going to be like very specific locations that you can actually get a feel for and see if you want to go out to. So, and if you go back and you watch that 1 million seconds traveling Japan, the video that I just showed, if you go back, yeah, the revealing the best Tokyo Lens beyond the tourist traps. If you go and watch that one now, do me a favor, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of it in 2025. We might do something similar this year, and that is the goal with a lot of these live streams. What a great place. I will never get tired of this. We got the Yamanote line there in the background. And yeah, one of my favorite comments in here right now is, you can't go wrong with a temple and some snacks. And that is exactly how I feel about this space. You can't go wrong with a temple and some snacks. And Alan, no worries. Thank you so much for hanging out for this one. Let's go find more. This was location, what, 5? Was it 5? I don't know if we're gonna hit 100 within today, but the adventure will continue. Yes, okay, this was number 5. Thank you. And believe it or not, even tucked into these little alleyways here, there's always little hidden stuff, but I will allow you guys to come and search those out for yourselves. We've done that on previous live stream. Today we've got to find the hidden shrine. Okay, so usually when the market gets really crowded, I'll go through here, but they've got this closed off right now, which means it's not an option. So we'll go down this way. But the market in the morning, even without any people, is just gorgeous. I love this feel, and I never, ever get tired of this. And the name of the snack shop below is called Niki no Kashi. Nikinokashi. Niki no Kashi. And it is a full on, there's actually way early in the Tokyo Lens videos, you'll find a, when we used to do this series called Tokyo Tuesday, I have an entire video on that snack store. So if you want to see it in more detail, there is an entire video on the main channel for that. And whew, we're getting that bright morning sunshine here. We've actually got the sky tree right there. It's just so bright night now that you cannot see it. And I know 100% that we got more hidden shrines and temples back this way, so that's where we're gonna go. For anybody joining new, where are you guys watching from right now? And if you haven't already, we are on hidden temple and shrine number 5 with other hidden locations squeezed in between. Give that like button some love. Let me know where you're watching from. Yeah, blinded by the light is right. I decided to wear a hat today because I wasn't expecting the sun to be so bright, but when I left this morning, it was just super blue skies out. It was going originally to be kind of cloudy today, so really happy that we got this weather. Today is the perfect day. I see the light and it burns. Wow, really people watching from all over. Okay, one of my little favorite, like Nukemichi, or like how would you say Nukemichi in English? Like Nukeru is to like get through, kind of in this case, and Michi is road. but like it's kind of like there. This is one of my favorite little spots right here. This little tunnel that just, you got the cars going up onto the highway here, and they've just built this little walkway under. Shortcut, that's the English. Oh my god, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, the word is shortcut. I have my English is dying. Shortcut, pass through, any of those work. I'm here for all of them. Okay, we'll just stick with the super bright back streets. So where are you approximately? I am between Ueno and Okachimachi. Right, if you take a look at Google Maps, I will be right off the highway section by the bend. And I am a little more towards Ueno right now than I am towards Okachimachi. And these back streets here are just jam-packed with beautiful little hidden shrines and temples. And so we are going to, which way do I want to go? We'll go this way. Go this way. Okay, so for anybody watching today who's still gonna be up for a few hours, a few years, maybe 2 years ago, I think around 2 years ago, we did a challenge where I had you guys go and find other like random Japan streamers, because I don't stream that much in Tokyo anymore. When I do stream, I try to get out of the city and give us somewhere that might be a little more difficult for other people to access. And so there are so many people. Like I think we found Tokyo Drew, and I think there was one guy named Paul, and there was more. Then we found all these like smaller streamers who are building channels right now, who are focused in Tokyo, who stream in Tokyo really often. And I told everybody to go out and give some love to these streamers, see if they have streams coming up anytime soon, and kind of share the love. Find an additional Tokyo live streamer that you actually enjoy and find a stream from them sometime in the next like 3-4 days and give them some love. And who else did we find? Maybe this way. Who else does anybody remember? There was like a couple, there was 1 or 2 female streamers in there as well. And I can't remember the names of them. Pizza Hut in Japan. Oh yeah, there's tons of Pizza Hut in Japan. And I got 2 of my moderators in here mentioning a channel called With Me Japan. And Kirsten is saying that is Yuka, and Tim in here mentioning someone named Emi-chan as well. So if any of these people are streaming in the next couple days, try to find one of these like smaller channels like Emi-chan or With Me Japan or Tokyo Drew or Paul or any of these people. Give them some love and just kind of make their day a little bit better. And yeah, there's an Outback Steakhouse in Shibuya. There's also one in Shinagawa. And I feel like we're in like, there we go. The flags give it away. And Aiken is saying that Yuka is great too. We've also got Happy Gaijin and Ninja Monkey. I mean, Sherry counts too. She's streaming every Saturday night, US, Japan. There we go. Sherry, yes, obviously. And you guys asked earlier who's taking care of these. There we go. There's someone taking care right now. おはようございます。管理人さんですか？
はい。
これ毎日やるんですか？
毎日
朝。
朝。
なんていう神社ですか？
太郎稲荷。
あ、もう一度。
太郎稲荷。
太郎稲荷。
稲荷。
はい。いつからですか、この神社。
400ね、450年前ぐらいから。
わあ。
400年。ここは九州わかる？九州の柳川にのお殿様のもちろんこの人。
はい。
この人が17代立花宗明。
へえ。
この人の間だってこれは今は町で管理してるけどね。
はい。
これでね、この次の信号から、
はい、
角から次の広い通りまでだいたい坪数で言ったら分かんのかな、1200坪弱。これが立花さんの持ち物だった。それは80年前ぐらいにみんなに分けてもらって、
そうなんですか。
ここはね、お姫様の守り神。ここは
あ、そうなんだ。稲荷神社で。
稲荷神社。
へえ。なかなか管理してる人の話が聞くチャンスがないから、はい、すいません、今日ちょっと時間いただいてありがとうございます。はい、はい、ちょっと失礼します。
はい、ご苦労さんでした。はい、
はい、どうも。
はい、ご苦労さん。
Well, geez, he was just fantastic. That little shrine has been there for 450 years, and he washes it every single morning. And yeah, it was just spectacular. Ah. And that particular shrine is there for a princess. That is just amazing. Oh, okay. We definitely have more to find. I think that is shrine number 6. And Tim is there in the chat sharing the names of some smaller creators in here as well. And so please take a peek at the chat for those. If you guys want to see more people who are really actively and consistently streaming in Tokyo, definitely take a look at the ones we mentioned. Sherry has been streaming a lot lately as well. And got Wayne West in here. Wayne West, how you doing, man? Great to see ya. Norm, you're awesome to give those streamers a little love. Hey, you know what? We literally all started there at one point. My main channel and this channel were both at one point, like what, 5,000-10,000 subscribers? And if it wasn't for, which way are we going? Now let's go this way. And if it wasn't for, we'll go into a narrower road. I'm sure there's gonna be a tinier road over here. And if it wasn't for people doing stuff like that, kind of giving a little bit of a shout out, or viewers like you guys coming to join and hang out in the channel, this channel, the main channel, none of it would be where it is today, and we wouldn't get any of these adventures. So if I can spread that love and motivation to a few other smaller live streamers and help kind of build them up, then we're good. Because what's the worst case scenario, right? Oh no, we get more delicious Japan content. How awful. It's beautiful because with how many people out there right now are creating content, you can get such a range of stuff, from live streams to videos at literally any time of the day that you want, if you have enough people to follow. And that's just a beautiful thing. I didn't have access. There was no YouTube before I moved to Japan. There were no Japan videos and that. And if I had access to all that, oh boy, would I have prepped and had a great time. And that kind of helps you connect with that country that either you can't be in despite wanting to, or that country that you miss. So yes, absolutely, Wayne West. I am more than happy to share a bit of love there. And Flumo the Explorer keeping that super chat ball rolling. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And Catherine loved it in here saying, right? I'm envious of the YouTube culture that has come up since I left Japan, right? Just the number of like creators and streamers and content and everything that is available out there is just incredible. So can we get maybe like a full list and see if anybody is streaming in like the next 24 to 48 hours? I think we had Drew, Paul, Emmy, With Me Japan. There were definitely Sherry. Who else did we have in there? Can we get like a matome list of just everything put together? Is that an option? We should be getting close to another shrine up here. Just another Japan channel. Rion. See, there's so many. I think I see a shrine down here. Like if there's anybody that we can just give an influx of Tokyo Lens Explorer love to, I think we could definitely make their day or week. There we go. I could literally have to duck to walk through this one. And Shinji's World is fantastic. Okay, there's another one for us to check out. Shinji's World. And Wayne West in here with a super chat saying, With Me Japan, I think that's the channel, is doing her 5-year anniversary stream in a couple hours. So if anybody is up in a couple of hours, there we go. And can we walk around the back side of this one? It's not very often that you get to see the backside. And Wayne, thank you so much for using a super chat. When people use a super chat to like greet other people or give some love to others or support someone like that, I absolutely love that. So Wayne West, just some huge love to you for supporting a small creator through your super chat, not just through like, you know, sending them a super chat, for example, but through utilizing that here to kind of widen the message. And I really love this. And Joe Schmo is in the house as well. How you doing, Joe Schmo? And yes, many of these are Inari Jinja. I don't know, guys. I don't know about you, but this is what, number 6? Are we on number 6 or on number 7? I'm very quickly losing count. I think this is number 7. And Chris Lowe saying, I was here pre-5K. Too bad I missed out on the 5K t-shirt. Thank you for making great content. Thank you for being here. Shirts, cups, and mugs will come and go, but I'm just happy to have you here. We're walking through again just because I like it. I really like this space. And Mrs. Eats is fun. No shrine cats. Nope. All right, we are on to number 7. We're on to number 7, guys. Also, earlier in the stream, I gave some love to Saley, the eSIM app that I use for everything, for supporting this live stream. But there's a very good chance that Saley could help back our like Japan-wide adventure so that we get live streams from different locations every single day. So if you have the energy in you, give a click to the link in the description box and check out Saley so that hopefully they will be motivated to back more streams for us, and we get to do more craziness and more adventure. Okay, so One of the things that I love is we're about to kind of transition from the very many shrines that we have available in this area to temples. And I think, if I remember correctly, we've got a shrine tucked in here somewhere. We definitely got a shrine tucked in here somewhere. We're up to 7 so far, and I'd love to hit at least 10 locations. At least, but we gotta find this one, because it's just like a big block of buildings. And we're onto a main street. I don't want to spend a ton of time on main streets, but oh. Boom. We got Temple Dog. We have Temple Good Boy. Hi. How you doing, bud? You seem very peaceful. So if I walk in here, you're not gonna chew my ankles? So chill. So when we get down to this area, we're starting to get a little more between Ueno and Asakusa. But if you look at this, I want you to stop and think for a second about where we are. I want you to stop and think for a second about the densely packed buildings and cityscape that we've been walking through. And in the midst of all of that is this. Just bam! Right in the middle of all that city craziness, we have this gorgeous garden and this temple. And it looks like we've got a bit of I'm gonna assume to be a Buddhist infinity walk over here. Oh boy, I love this. Like, it's little things like that, like taking a moment to remember, even after being in Japan for some 2 decades, that I've just been walking through densely packed back streets of Tokyo. And then in the midst of all of that, I get to enjoy this. And this is just such a treat. And I believe this one is called Jojuin. Like J-O with the long bar over top, Jojuin. If you're trying to find it on maps, it's right near the Evergreen Hotel in Ueno. And Asakusa and Ueno are just top drawer places. They're fantastic. And not all Japanese cities have these quiet little spaces. Like, again, I've complained before, like, Osaka doesn't really have that much of this, but Tokyo has a ton of it. All right. Well, thank you for letting us join your space. Much appreciated. And we'll see you again real soon. Kyoto definitely has it. Kyoto has an abundance. But there are other areas that we've gone for videos and streams that have insane temple and shrine density that I would definitely recommend you guys to check out. I'm actually working on a video of how to enjoy even the busiest areas completely silent. How to find the quietest spaces, Tokyo Lens style. And yes, I gotta say bye to the dog. But how to Tokyo Lens your way into any city and find, even in the craziness, find your own quiet little enjoyable space. And there's a radio flyer over here, and honestly, if that doesn't make you want to hit that like button, I don't know what will. Look at this. Just this scene right here, I love this. And yep, there's lots of car dealerships all spread throughout Tokyo. Like hundreds, if not thousands of them, they're everywhere. Take it off a sweet jump. I kind of want to probably rust through and I'd fall through instantly. And Don M in here keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying, what a beauty of a hidden gem. I agree, Don. I agree with you 100%. Look at this here. How much longer do you think this is gonna last? Hey guys, I hear drums, which tells me I think we're getting closer to yet another temple, and they might be doing a bit of a morning routine. Can you guys hear that? Oh, by the way, earlier we talked about swinging by live streams of smaller streamers. If you guys find any in the next couple of days, unite and give them some love. Let them know where you came from. Let them know why you're there. Wow, look at this. Again, I think if I ever get tired of this stuff, that's when it's time for me to leave Japan. I'm just gonna enjoy the drums. Stand here all morning listening to this. But there have been times when I have, but I don't need to feel bad for the people who live right next to here. They 100%. If you're moving into something like this, you will actually get a warning from your real estate agent that this will be something that you experience in the morning. Like right now it is 7:12 in the morning. And so if they did not want to hear this every morning, then they would not live here. I don't tire of it though. Absolutely love it. What a great way to kick off the day. Have this gorgeous bell right here as well. Which means this is definitely not a quiet neighborhood to live in. This copper bell is a cultural asset of Taito City. Myokyoji Temple, that's where we are. Founded in 1535 before moving to its current location in 1611. Is it really that tall? Okay. There we go. And now you know. And Chelsea Carpenter in here saying, I could listen to that all day. So peaceful. It is very, very meditative. And I ended up spending far more time here than I anticipated. And we have like another, again, so we're up to 8. And I guess this one here would make number 9. Are we up to 9 shrines and temples now, guys? Did those numbers add up? I feel like those numbers must add up. We'll come around this way. We'll take a peek. This one's got a whole parking lot situation going on. Oh, wow. Holy. Look at it. We got the perfect weather for this today, guys. Number 9 is a beaut. Oh my goodness. Is this number 8 or is this number 9? Was that 7 or was that 8? What number are we on now? Is this number 9? I think it's 9. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so we're on number 9. And within this temple, as in within many temples, we have a little shrine as well. Yeah, and you would think it's not so hidden, but if you do not get off the main streets and tuck yourself into the back streets of the city, you'll never find these. And especially in this area right now, in between Ueno and Asakusa, it is such a gold mine for these tiny little narrow streets to have. That was not English. Like, my English just fell apart mid-sentence and I became very aware of it. And there we go. We're already on to number 10. And Texas girl in here keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying, do you still ride your skateboard in town? That video was wild when you did. Yes, I do. I have several skateboards that I use in my studio because this section of Tokyo is very flat and I don't always want to have to worry about parking my bicycle. So more often than not, I will just hop onto a skateboard and zip into Akihabara, do a little bit of shopping, grab some parts that I need for something, maybe grab a battery, I don't know, whatever you need. And on my way. That is number 10. We've done 10 now, guys. Okay. But I know there are more. So we're gonna head down this way because this area is just jam-packed with little hidden secrets, temples, shrines, and beyond. And it's Asakusa. Asakusa is a fantastic area. I lived there for well over a decade. And it's a very, very community-based area. So you get to connect with your neighbors, build a lot of good bonds. You know what, I kind of want to take a look at this building over here, get involved in festivals, and absolutely love it. And rooftop shrines I wanted to do, but I will reserve rooftop shrines for actual edited videos because I don't want to be going up the staircases and all that on shrine and on stream and giving away specific location for perhaps those who, you know, it was kind of funny the other day. So when we were in one of the abandoned villages, I said, you know, these are not that hard to find, but I'm not going to publicly broadcast the location simply because the number of people who have then gone out and like done damage to abandoned villages and properties and whatnot that I featured in videos is actually kind of surprising and shocking and sad. And so I will reserve the actual location just for those who choose to find it. And someone was like, very narcissistic of you to think that anybody would go to a place from your video. Like, yeah, I forgot, you know, the main channel is really tiny. It's only got like, I think I've only hit like 5 or 6 subscribers on the main channel still. And like, you know, I feel really bad about thinking that anybody would like dare to visit a place that would be featured in a YouTube video. Like, how narcissistic is that? It was wrong of me, and this is my public apology saying I'm sorry to think that any physical place on earth would be worth visiting because a person saw it. That was wrong of me, and I'm just a terrible person for thinking that way. Like, come on. Like, what do you think a guidebook is, bro? Like, people look and they're like, ooh, I want to go to this place, and they go, and they, like, some do good stuff, some do bad stuff, right? But like, in the worst of humans comes out when there's absolutely no supervision whatsoever, and so they get out to a place and it's got zero supervision and a bunch of free stuff laying around, and guess what? The worst of humanity will come out in those moments. And I have seen it. I love going back to these like abandoned villages that I've gone to. They actually become kind of like hangout and photography spots to me. I will bring friends and family from overseas because it's a little piece of history that hasn't disappeared yet. And we have yet another little temple here. I think this is number 12. Are we on to number 12? Pigeon's just chilling. What's up, pigeon bros? Oh, we're getting a community going. All right, we're on number 11. Let's keep going, see if we can't find number 12. I feel like obviously that's gonna be it. And Keith is in here keeping that super chat ball rolling with a super sticker. Keith, thank you so much for that. And like, even again, yes, this actually counts. This would be this person counting part of their land as like a religious property. And so this actually counts as a little shrine right here. So we're gonna, this is what I mean. Like when I say like, we're finding Tokyo's tiniest shrines. And no jokes, that's one of Tokyo's tiniest little shrines right there. Oh, I love that. Oh. And yeah, there are little Inari shrines absolutely everywhere. It is currently 7:23 in the morning here in Tokyo. So that's number 12. That's number 12 right there. There's one that I really want to get to, and like, we are not allowed to wrap up until I get to it. And we can see the back end of this one. We just gotta find our entrance. Feels like a Zelda video game. You can like see the thing that you want to get to, but you don't quite know how to get there. You gotta like unlock, or you gotta cut that bush, or you gotta like move that rock. Oh, so much of Japan actually feels like a Zelda game, the old Game Boy ones. Have you tried smashing some pots? God, I want to. Oh. There we go. This will be number 13. So this will be our lucky shrine, our lucky temple. You notice though, as soon as we broke over into the SX area, it became mostly temples instead of shrines. Yeah. Imagine what it'd be like just growing up living in a temple. No, I've never been to an escape room in Japan. I should try that sometime. All right. Lucky number 13. Dusted. Let's see if we can't find number 14. All right. We're gonna, I think, come back down. Yeah, we'll come back down the way we came, because I believe there's one back up this way that I was heading to, and we just got distracted and ended up coming this way. If you're new now, let us know where you're watching from, what time it is, and give that like button some love. We are on 13 hidden shrines and temples. Closer to 15 if we add our other hidden locations in here. It has been a very productive search this morning. Tokyo Liberty TV saying, I can hear Norm's beard. It's growing. It's growing. That's what you're hearing. All right. There's one or two shrines and temples in this area that I absolutely adore. So this area here, Anchorage, Alaska, nice. This area here is actually the area that I was originally looking for the Tokyo Lens studio. I didn't think I'd be able to get so like central right in like the Akihabara area. And I had lived not too far from here, so I know the area really well. I know people. I'm kind of part of the community just a bit down the road over here. I'm part of the chokai for the Matsuri, and I get involved in the Hanabi Taikai. And I thought, oh, I'll grab a building somewhere around here and turn it into a studio. But one of the big challenges is that a lot of the buildings out here are just so old that they're like, oh yeah, sorry, we're gonna be tearing this down in a year. Sorry, we're gonna be tearing this down in 2. And if you are new to the channel, yes, my studio is in Akihabara. We've done a rooftop camping video, as well as recently where in the world? Oh boy, we've come way off of where I thought I was. Gotta figure out where I want to go. kind of gone, okay, we'll go this way. We'll just keep going this way. Dude's just working hard, making that bread. I don't know if they're making bread. They're making something. It looks like they're making bread. All right. Oh, number 14, guys. Number 14 just kind of happened to us. It's kind of under construction. So, you know, it's not as spectacular. But let's head this way. There's a very specific spot that I want to show you guys. Ikinari Jinja. It's like Ikinari steak. So yeah, the original hope. Actually, the building, one of the buildings that's missing right along this edge was originally going to be where the studio was, but having everything on the main road was a little bit too noisy, so I wanted a quieter space. We got a bit of a group of tourists behind us, so I'm gonna pick up my pace to continue enjoying the morning vibes. In fact, we could do an entire shrine and temple search over on this side, because there's probably 100 temples back here easily. Hi, arigatou. And if we got into that side of the road, so polite. If we got into that side of the road over there, this shrine and temple search would literally never end. Like, we would be at it for days at a time with no end in sight. We're getting closer and closer to one of my favorites, one that I really want to show you guys. And Joel in here saying the place you are now is very good and spacious. Got kind of some temple-esque around here. What are we up to, guys? Are we up to 15? Have we seen 15 temples so far? 15 temples and shrines? Like, we've definitely got another one right here. Do you see why you need to get off the main streets and into the back streets? Are we getting it? Are we all following along now? Stanley in here keeping that super chat ball rolling. Thank you, Stanley, saying, are you worried at all about the Nankai quake? Have you been to Hikone? I love the castle. Castle towns, lots of shrines too. I always, oh my god, another little one. I don't want to like get little kids on the stream if I can avoid it. And let them have their life. So we're gonna go this way. But another like little one just living in the temple. I really wonder what that life would be like growing up. Was that 14 or was that 15? That was 15. We've got to be like 15, 16 now, no? You know what? 20. We'll just say 20. We're at 20. And yes, always worried about the major earthquakes, which is why we do what we can just to stay prepped for it living here in Japan. Like, I keep emergency evacuation kits, I keep safety stuff, the helmet. The studio has like helmets and multiple days worth of food for survival, as well as like a crash proof, waterproof case that has additional food and water and supplies stored inside of it. So do what you can to stay safe when living in a disaster prone country, but it may never come, or it might happen literally as we're doing this live stream. You never know. So, and Keith Fox in here, keeping that super chat ball rolling once again. Thank you, Keith, saying, well, hey Norm, thanks for everything that you do. Between you and a few other Japan YouTubers, I feel like I visit Japan several days a week and watching from Toronto. Thank you so much for that. I'm glad that you kind of feel like you can be here to a certain degree. Okay, we're gonna come back this way and we're gonna loop around because I think we've got another one over here. This one's got the gate closed still. But there it is. Is that 16? I will call that one 16. I thought we were on more. Bro almost smoked himself right into the garbage truck. It would have made for a very entertaining stream for us and a very bad morning for him. And I think this brings us right back to one of the streets we were on before. I instantly recognize the buildings. I don't know if I would have the confidence to step out onto those balconies, to be honest. Like, I don't know if those could truly support human weight. Because, like, come on, look at it. All right. We're gonna make this green light no matter what. That's my running song. I sang it twice, it was something. And we're starting to get right into like normal human hours now. It is 7:35 in the morning. Why? You don't gotta be rude, brah. That's some Japan for you right there. Like, oh yeah, somebody didn't do something exactly perfectly, so I'm gonna honk and speed my vehicle at them in their baby cart. That's some top level Japanese passive aggressive BS. If you are like doing the jaywalking thing, for example, careful, because Japanese will speed up their cars and like dive towards you just because they really believe if you're like, for example, standing on the wrong side of an escalator, Japanese people will full on walk into you and be like, oh, you hurt me, oh, you injured me, you shouldn't have been standing there. And like, they'll utilize this person isn't following the rule exactly right, so it justifies my attempt at violence. So be really, really careful of that. Japan, for the most part, is a very, very safe country, but the level of passive aggression that you will see in this country is beyond anything that I've seen anywhere else in the world that I've gone. And as we talked about earlier, like last year alone, we did what, 7+ countries or something? And I have never seen passive aggression like I have here in Japan. They will straight up utilize a mistake you've made as an excuse for violence. And it just doesn't make it into the news. And everyone's like, oh, but Japan's so safe and perfect. No, it's not. It's a normal country with stressed out people, just like anywhere else. And this here is one of my favorite shrines in the entire city. I know we're saying 17, but it feels like it's gotta be 20. And Skipadoo in here, keeping that super chat ball rolling, saying, haven't made a stream in a hot minute, returning to Tokyo on May 7th, counting down the days. Wow, that is amazing. Congratulations. It's what getting me through work right now. Well, congratulations. Feels like a celebration is in order. Thank you so much for keeping that super chat ball rolling. Also, for all of you interested, consider this your official invitation to come and join us over on Patreon, because for the same price of a super chat, you got access to hundreds of secret videos. All the Tokyo Lens videos go up on their ad free. We've got our secret Discord for the community out there. We have our secret Instagram and the live streams and all of that. So if you want to connect, and not to mention our meetups in Japan and all over the place. And oh, I'm sorry if I destroyed this name. Wijia Santoso. What's the weather been like in Tokyo? Steady or changing every day? I'm arriving on Thursday. Need to know what clothes to pack. Pack a variety. Be ready to dress in layers. Some days it'll be 25, some days it'll be 10. It's rarely consistent, and expect a lot of wind and rain, because Japan loves to do the wind and rain thing. All right, so I want to show you one of the reasons I love this shrine. Is not just for the shrine, but it's for some of the buildings nearby. This is it right here. Look at these buildings. Oh, I don't know why I love the aesthetic of these buildings as much as I do, but I love them. And so did he. He was looking up, enjoying them. I absolutely love them. It's one of my favorite spots. What do you guys think? On a 1 to 10 scale, like, these are a 10 out of 10 for me. I love them. Come around, we get the shrine from here. But if you saw my video of cycling through Tokyo, you know exactly where we are, because this torii gate just kind of lines the road right here. This is Shitaya Jinja, right outside of Ueno, close to Inaricho Station. And I just love me a big old torii gate. The sky in the background. Shrine itself in there. And yeah, this is a very, very big shrine. And what's more is, I know we said we're not going to go over to this side of the street, because if we do, the temple hunt will never end. We'll easily hit the 100 plus. It's just so many. But I do want to show just like the scale of this shrine. Oh, I love it. The torii really looks like it's keeping the two buildings from fighting. Kind of does. And then, should you be up for your own personal shrine and temple hunting adventure, coming over to this side of the street is definitely where you want to do it. You want to come down from Ueno, walking towards Asakusa, and bear left into these back streets, and this is where you're going to find the greatest density of temples in this area. It is absolutely fantastic, but it also feels like that might be a stream for another time. Do me a favor, leave something in the comments. Let me know what your favorite location was in all of this. We hit so many today. You know, we'll count this one as number 20 right here. I said I wanted to hit at least 10, and we managed to double that. So, what was your favorite? When the stream wraps up, make sure to leave that in the comments down below. And you know, I will see you again real soon. Bye, guys. Just kidding. All right. Fake ending number 1 is boxed off. If anybody's ever like joined any of our streams, you'll know that typically it doesn't end when I say it's gonna end. It'll usually just end. It confused people so much. Look at these buildings too. It confused people so much on the last live stream when we were in Suwako. Like, and there were people, I guess, who hadn't experienced a Tokyo Lens Explorer live stream ending, and that is the most power walk I have seen today. But there are people who haven't experienced one of these endings and were so thrown off by it and had no clue what was going on. And now there's actually, okay, so somebody had asked earlier if I've ever gone to a sento or a public bath in Japan, and I said yes, I frequent them often. One of my favorite ones in the entire city is right over here. It's probably also the one that I've been to the most. I've probably been to this bath more than, I don't know, it might not be more than 50, but it feels like more than 50 times. But this bath has a very interesting and special feature. And by a special feature, I mean feature that shouldn't exist. You know what, maybe I'll just go in. Oh no, it's closed at this hour. I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just wrap up the stream and go take a bath. So this is the bath right here. And the special feature that I was talking about is, I'm kidding, I won't do that this time. Okay, so this is the bath right here. And the special feature that I'm talking about is that the men's outdoor bath is right in this area. And so if you're on the balcony of any of these apartments right here, you can literally just look down and see right into the men's bath. It's always felt a little bit weird, but this is also like a really, really reasonable bath as well. Like, it's 550 yen for an adult. It doesn't again open until, thank you for the noise, doesn't open until 11 a.m. and you can get a towel set for 100 yen. So it's a very, very worthwhile space. And if this isn't number 20, then I don't know what is, guys. Let me just show you this place, because this place here is just... I won't do that. I won't do that. But this, look at the greenery in this one. This is, I will tell you, as somebody who lived just down the road from here for the longest time, this is hell for mosquitoes in the summer. This is just an absolute, like, mosquito zone. I don't know if you guys can see it right now, but even now there's like this cloud of bugs right here. Actually, there's a cloud of bugs over there too. There's just clouds of bugs everywhere. Can we get close enough to it for you to see? I don't know if it's gonna, does the camera show the cloud of bugs? I don't know if it does. Oh, but I was serious though. I do want to see in the comment section when the video goes live what your favorite shrine location was out of all of these today, and what you'd like to see from this year's big long adventure. So, and as always, I really need you guys to remember that the most important thing when you are traveling is just remember to